welcome back to my lap. Next step in our 5th grade sock rigmarole, we've got 37 stitches cast on. Good job, us. Why 37, you ask? Well, because we want 36 eventually, right? We want 12 on each of our 3 needles. But we're starting with 37 because we're going to join in the round. And we'll talk about what that means and why in a minute. But the first thing you're going to do is starting at the slip knot end, not the end with the yarn hanging off it. You're going to take your second needle and slip 13 stitches onto it. So you go in like you're going to purl, because we're going to be knitting in the round. So whenever you are slipping stitches in the round, you usually slip as if to purl, unless your pattern says slip as if to knit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now you're going to take your third needle, and we're going to just let this guy hang there. And we're going to count 12 on needle number 3. So 1, still coming off of this first needle that's got all, a bunch of them on there. 1, 2, and a scooch them up there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, and then we'll kind of scoop the stitches to the middle of both those needles so that they're not jumping off the ends. Now, you've got 12 on here, 12 on here, and 13 on over here. If we wanted to start knitting in the round, because as you know, knitting in the round is just like making a coil pot with clay or Play-Doh, but you're knitting it. If we wanted to, we could technically just take our 4th needle and go right over into this stitch here, go under the fence, and then catch this sheep that's over here. Catch a sheep, pull them through, thereby snapping the needles together, and off we leap. And we would be knitting in the round, and we could do it that way. However, if we do that, then right at this juncture, right there, where needle 1 would meet needle 3, or, the first needle would meet the last needle, there would always be a little bit of a stretched out gap of yarn right here at what will become the top of the cuff of your sock. So, by doing what we're about to do, we're going to make an invisible join here. You won't be able to tell, like when the sock is finished, where you cast on, and neither will onlookers that will look and say, where did you get that flawless sock? Did you buy it at a store? And you'll say, no, I made it perfectly because I am a highly skilled 5th grade person. So, the way we're going to do this is I'm scooting my stitches closer to the tips of needles 1 and 3. And I'm going to say, so we'll call this needle 1 and this needle 3. I'm going to take this 13th stitch. This is the first one that we cast on. This is the slip knot. You're going to take that number 13, and I'm going to slip it from here over to here. I can actually kind of put this guy down for a minute. Yeah, we'll put him over here. So I grab my stitch number 13 with a needle number 3 and slip it off of needle number 1 and over to here. And then you can kind of scoot these guys down so they don't jump off, because they will want to. Then you're going to take the next stitch down on needle number 3 and you're going to leapfrog it up and over that 13th stitch. Oh, don't let him jump off. He's going to want to. You have to kind of use both hands in concert here. Leapfrog him over. Kind of slide that one up so they don't jump off. And then you just tug on these tails. And voila! And an invisible join to work in the round. So since you did that leapfrog thing, you should now have 12 over here, yeah? Because we took number 13, we put them over here, we leapfrogged one off, so now we should have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Ding, 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 ding. Well done, you. Now, that's joining in the round. You can use that for hats, mittens, socks, other cuffy things. Anytime you need to knit in the round, that's a good invisible join to use, a little leapfrog. Your next step is to start knitting the cuff. So the cuff, if you recall, is constructed of ribbing, which is going to be a knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, yeah, da-da-da-da, until you have 4 inches. And I will present, I think, that in a different video. I think after this one, this is joining in the round. This is already 6 minutes long somehow. So soon, or as soon as you click onto the next step, which is knitting the cuff, then you will see that in action. Good job joining in the round. More at 11.